Transport is another area where people worry about congestion, especially on the trains. We know there's an issue here. LTA and the transport operators have been working on this problem. We have been discussing it with them, and let me try and explain what the problem is, where the problem is, what we can do about it. Here's a map of our MRT system. Most of the time, it is working fine. The peak hours are when the crowding takes place. Peak hours, morning and evening, but morning more than evening, particularly between 7:45 and 8:45 p.m. And the yellow, orange, and red parts show you where the crowding is the most severe. The green parts are generally okay. So where is it? It's on this north-south line coming down from Bukit Gombak to Dover, and particularly here around Jurong East, which is very, very crowded. It's along the northeast line from Serangoon Gardens down to Dhoby Ghaut, which is crowded coming inbound, and it's along the north-south line coming down from Nee Soon down to down, but particularly this little segment between Tua Payoh and Novena. So that's where the most serious difficulties are, and that's where we are doing things about it. First, for this segment from Bukit Gombak to Dover, we are modifying the Jurong East station. The work will be done by May next year. We're getting new trains. With the new trains and the new station, we'll be able to run more services during peak period. I think that will help a great deal. Along the northeast line, from next year, we will run an extra train during the peak period in the morning. And that means shorter intervals, less waiting for passengers. We are also buying new trains for the northeast line. They'll take 5 or 6 years to come, but the process has started. And when they come, we can increase the capacity for the northeast line, and we'll be able to carry 50% more passengers, which is plenty. The north-south line, the congestion is not as severe, but we expect the traffic to grow because the population in the north will grow, and we must anticipate that. With the Circle Line partially complete, we have already taken some of the load off the north-south line, and next year the Circle Line Phase 3 will be completed, and I think that will help some more. Beyond that, we are changing the signaling system on the north-south line and also the east-west line so that we can run trains at shorter intervals. Instead of 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes, you run it at 100 seconds, and that means you can run 20% more trains. It will take some years to do because the trains are running all the time and we only have 3 or 4 hours every night to do this. So please be patient, but the work is underway. We are investing enormously in our rail network. In fact, over the next decade, we are going to spend $60 billion and we're going to double the rail network. From what we have now to another 3 major lines coming along. First, the downtown line, which comes down from Bukit Timah and also from the east coast. Secondly, the Thomson line, which comes down from Sembawang and will ease the pressure on the north-south line. And thirdly, the Eastern Region line, which will go through Marine Parade and come down to town and ease the pressure on the east-west line. The plans are there. We are going to build it. We haven't settled all of the train stations yet, so don't buy your houses yet. But we are doing everything possible to improve matters. So I hope Singaporeans will understand, be patient. LTA has a very difficult job. SBS Transit and SMRT also have a very difficult job. The trains will always be packed during peak hours. It happens everywhere. In other cities, in fact, the crowding is even more severe, but we are trying not to get to be as bad as the other cities. Please be patient. We can't guarantee that every passenger can get onto the first train every time, or even that he can get onto the second train every time. But there will be trains every couple of minutes, and if you miss one, the next one will be just a few minutes away.